Good morning, Primary 3. Today we are going to have the last lesson in Unit 5, which is about plant and animal adaptations. So, what is the meaning of adaptation? Adaptation is a body part or a way to act to stay alive. Body parts like the hump of a camel, a way to act like sleeping all winter, for example. Adaptation in the desert. Desert is a very tough environment to live in, so plants and animals living in the desert should adapt to survive in it because it's very tough. First, adaptation of plants. Cactus and mesquite trees are desert plants. They have roots that spread far to absorb the rainwater, have stems that store water. They have spines to protect plants from being eaten by animals. And here, animal adaptations. For example, we have camels. Camels have noses that can close to keep the sand out. Their eyes have bushy brows and two sets of eyelashes to protect them. The camel's hump doesn't contain extra water. God designs the camel to carry extra fat in its hump. Because of the stored fat, a camel can go without food and water for 3 to 4 days. Now open your books, page 71. Read this passage about plants and animals adaptation, as we have said. Then answer this question with me. Number 1. The roots of a cactus are deep in the ground. True or false? False. Why? Because the roots are close to the surface and they spread out. Okay, number 2. A cactus can hold water for years. Yes, there are hollows. These can hold water and store it for many years. True. Number 3. The spines of a cactus help animals find water? No, the spines stop animals drinking the water. Number 3. False. Number 4. Camels sweat a lot to stay cool? No, they don't often sweat. Number 4. False. Number 5. A camel's hump can store fat and nutrients? Yes, they store fat and nutrients. 4. True. Number 5. A camel has wide hooves to keep it warm at night? Yes, because it's very cold at night in the desert. True. Okay, let's see the questions below. Just information for you about animals and plants in wetland. Lots of plants in a swamp are under the ground or water. Number 2, some plants have hollow stems or spines. Hollow stems. Number 3, animals use camouflage for shelter or protection. For protection. Crocodiles can hide with their eyes and tail or eyes and nose. Eyes and nose above the water. Next, we are going to speak about the different climate on the earth. This is our earth. First, we have here the equator. This in the middle of the earth. Next, we have the tropical zone. It has 2 seasons, wet season and dry season. Next, we have the temperature zone. It has 4 seasons: fall, winter, spring and summer. And here the polar zone, it has lots of ice. Okay, let's see some of them. Here is the desert. in the equator, and this is the wetland in the temperature zone or the tropical zone. Yes, in the tropical zone. And this is the polar zone. It has lots of ice. Here in our book, let's read and match according the amount of rain in each zone. First, desert. It doesn't often rain here. There is no rain in the desert. Number 2, tropical zone. We say tropical zone. There is a lot of rain here for most of the year. Number 3, wetland. The water, there is water on the ground here. Yes, wetland. Number 4, polar zone. The water here is ice. Temperature zone. There is a lot of rain in fall and winter, but there is less in spring and summer. This is about rain in each zone. Where do you think? Which zone do you think it's important to save water? Look at exercise 1. Which zone? Yes, the desert. Because it doesn't often rain here. Okay, and exercise number 4, write your ideas from exercise 3. Read this question again and then write your ideas here. Exercise number 5, read the text, find out. Some countries have 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. It might rain a lot in fall and winter and not as much in spring and summer. These are countries farther away from the equator in the temperature zones. Some countries have 2 seasons: the wet season and the dry season. These are countries closer to the equator in the tropical zones. It rains a lot for 6 months, then there is less rain for 6 months. Number 1, is Brazil in a tropical zone or a temperature zone? Here we want to look at the map to know Brazil in a tropical zone or a temperature zone. It is in a tropical zone. Okay, number 2, is New Zealand in a tropical zone or a temperature zone? If we look at our map, we will say that New Zealand in a temperature zone. Okay. In this page, you will recognize about the rainfall around the world, and different countries around the world have different amounts of rain, and we measure this in millimeters per year. Now we have finished our lesson today. Thank you and goodbye.